So, beginning in the introduction with Van Dijk's sort of take on Raymond Williams and his study of television, the way that he describes it is that it's a nuanced model, so there's nuance, and what makes it so nuanced, right? What makes it so kind of detailed and careful, right? Is that it's multifaceted, right? It has numerous dimensions and faces. It covers all the angles as best as possible, which makes it expansive, right? You don't want someone to describe you by saying, like, man, that Seth Kim, he really has the blinders on, right? He really has the the blinders on. He only sees there, right? He really has tunnel vision, right? Man, that guy is really, really not woke, right? All the same ideas, right? Is that, like, you can only see this much. You don't want to be one of those people, right? Unless you do. That's the big caveat. I have no problem with people that are like, look, I don't care about anything else. I just care about that. That's fine. To me, the problem is you can't say, you can't say that you have a nuanced model of thinking that's multifaceted and expansive and you're a critical thinker when you're only ever thinking about this. Can't have both ways, right? Or, I mean, actually you can, because people usually don't hold you accountable. You can say whatever you want, and people get away with it all the time, right? And thorough, that you cover all of the bases, right? That's what makes a nuanced model of thinking, according to Van Dijk, using Raymond Williams as a model, right? And so he finds Williams, in terms of his account of television, so useful because it, for one, considers the technology both institutionally and commercially. It's not just one end of it. We almost always only think of the user experience, but this is done research institutionally to the kind of broader institutional culture of television. Also, so that's one, TV technology. Two is that it's social use, right? That's what we look at, right? So institutional, commercial, technological, and social. But even in the social regard, it's thinking of viewers both as active and as passive. It's not, and this is why it's nuanced, because it's like we usually say it's one or the other, or sometimes we'll be like, well, it's not black and white. I mean, we say things like that when it's convenient for us, right? But he is trying to very, very thoroughly account for how viewers can be both active and passive, sometimes at the same time. And then finally, it connects both to, it connects also to the very specific form of audiovisual content. So what does that mean? It's thinking about the medium specificity of television. What makes television different from cinema, right? On 147, I guess it's worth kind of pointing out, just near the end of that second partial paragraph, just the massive size of YouTube, right? Nearly double the primetime audience of all three major US television networks combined. And this is this massive within a very, very short period of time, right? You know, and keeping in mind, again, that monumental growth occurs after Google's purchase of YouTube, and that the platform changes extraordinarily after that. And again, you think that do you honestly think that Google purchased YouTube because they were looking for the platform that would make the most people around the world happy? Yeah. So, building off of Raymond Williams on 147 to 148, Van Dijk approaches YouTube as technology, as social practice, and as cultural form, while also considering its debt to television, right? And so the specificities that he kind of sets up is thinking about YouTube as homecasting and narrowcasting, right? As video sharing, and finally as snippets. And then on 148, he expands the theory of YouTube, or the theory of Raymond Williams to fit YouTube in the sense that both the legal and not just the commercial, but the economic factors have to be added. Okay, moving on.